The warm weather lately is triggering an earlier than normal maple syrup season in Minnesota.
It is a problem for some, but not everyone. The folks at Summerskogan Sugar Bush are well on their way to producing record amounts of syrup. Molly Rosenblatt caught up with them to find out how they're doing it.
And then it comes down into the tubing.
Don Summers has produced maple syrup here in Minnetrista for more than 2 decades. This year he got off to an early start thanks to the warm temperatures. But that's not the case for all syrup producers.
They were collecting by bags or pails. They've already quit the season and pulled out their spiles.
Summers says that's because ideal conditions for production are cold nights with temperatures in the 20s or lower. If it stays above freezing for 36 hours, the sap flow will stop and won't start back up until it turns cold again. Now, with their older systems still used by many, the sap slowly drips from the tree into the bag. With the warm temperatures, they wouldn't be collecting, but that's not the case with their new upgraded system.
So we switched to a vacuum system, which tricks the trees into thinking it's a low pressure system, and they keep producing sap.
Summers says the warm temperatures have actually been a blessing. They began collecting sap about a month before the normal season kicked off.
We're probably over halfway to a record season, and today we're going to make at least this much, so we're going to have a very good season.
But he says they'll still be watching the weather. If their trees bud early, that creates a different problem, a chemical change in the sap that occurs with an early bud.
And that changes the character of the syrup, and it doesn't have that robust, normal maple flavor. It gets a little off flavor. So that's when we stop if we see any buds coming out.
But in the meantime, he says with plenty of syrup ready to bottle early, they'll be keeping busy enough.
Well, he says at this point, the Summers have 225 gallons of pure maple syrup. It is ready for bottling and then pancakes.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.